Hello everyone, this is my latest blog. Well, I have been trying to post every day. It helps me release my energy, emotions, because we all are carrying so much. We all have our own struggles and pain, and we need creative expression, just like we need oxygen. So, today I'll be speaking about Gnosticism. Um, well, I'm going to start with birth. You know, I don't remember where I was before I came in this world, uh, but only when I was conscious of myself, I became aware of this world, and slowly and gradually, this identity came into being, and I took this form, flesh, or character, and I got involved in this illusion that I call reality. And I absorbed everything that I was taught, and everything that I have learned has to do with my purpose, right? So we all are born in a certain family, a certain religion, gender, race, country, whatever. And we accept that, that this is who I am. But that is only the external identity or the character you're playing. It has nothing to do with who you are. So those people or seekers, people who are uh, desperately curious or in need of knowing themselves. They have been searching for truth and love and happiness, freedom in different places. They're lucky if they realize it earlier in their life. And now we are seeing a new wave of consciousness. The children who are born in this era, and those who will be born in the future, they are going to realize their souls or awaken uh, much earlier than our generation or the ones who uh, came before us. And they may not have the same path, but they are all on the same uh, mission, right? So, coming back to Gnosticism. Now, what is Gnosticism? Gnosticism comes from the word Gnostic, or a Gnostic is somebody who is conscious of his self or soul. Uh, Basically, it derives from gnosis, which means to know. Like this quotation goes, "Know yourself, know thyself." So we are here to know who we are, and be that, right? And people like me are probably 5% who don't fit in the mainstream. Of course, we don't have to feel that we are better or superior. No, we're not. We're just different, right? And S- Such people are artists or light workers, healers. Um, they can be humanitarian and change makers, social activists. So the point is that it's very important to know who you are, and you don't have to figure everything out at once. You know, you will learn in increments. Of course, you haven't acquired this body, this consciousness, the world you are experiencing by an accident. Yes, when we see it from a religious perspective, God has given birth to you, and uh, you're here for a reason. But when we see it from a karmic point of view, we see things from a completely different perspective. Although it is linked, right? Everything is interconnected, and it's really important to understand things from the larger perspective. Uh, Otherwise, you you start imposing those beliefs. You become prejudiced, and that indoctrination is really violent. It doesn't make you obedient, in my opinion. It doesn't actually make you realize God or your soul. I am speaking from my experience. I am not enlightened, but I am learning, and I feel that it's important to share and learn from others and connect and support each other instead of just keeping things to yourself and worrying about it. Uh, so yeah, when uh, when I think about gnosis, knowing myself, um, now I question myself, who am I, right? And my mind will automatically bring several labels. It can bring labels that are based on the standards set by the society, and it's frustrating because this so-called real world doesn't exist. It's all within me, but because you don't have faith or you don't know, you see, you are not in reality, you're not awake. Uh, so it takes a form of delusion or denial, and you start having trouble coping with the whole situation. But it's all a part of the process. Um, you know. So we identify ourselves uh, based on the beliefs that we have acquired. That, oh, I am a man. I am Pakistani. I am a Muslim. I am this or that, and it's very easy to do that. But um, we we haven't actually um, realized our true identity, right? So when I turn within, when I am silent, when the noise inside me settles down for a brief moment, I experience that peace that is always there. I'm not in touch with it because my focus is outside or away from myself. And this world becomes a nightmare, and I am running away seeking myself. Although I know that it's all a dream, but I just can't wake up because I will wake up when I'm meant to wake up, right? And so um, I I don't identify myself as a Gnostic. I mean, when I'm talking about this person, let's call him Taha, right? This is the microcosm within the macrocosm, your higher self, right? Um, Now, Taha or this this person, soul, consciousness is, um, in my opinion, um, it's agnostic or agnostic, whatever word you prefer, because now what we basically think of agnostic or agnostic uh, as a negative term. You know, we we see it um uh, as somebody who is uh, an atheist. Even if somebody is an atheist, one should not judge. You know, it's that person's um, choice, right? And I feel that when you are uh, when you're born, you have the right to decide, of course, once you have reached maturity, to decide what name you want, what country you want to live in, what religion you want to choose. It is your right, it's your choice, your gender, whatever, right? The world may judge you, but you have to decide what is right for you, and you will, you know, if it's your calling, you will be guided in that direction. And it's really important to listen to that, and not doubt yourself. So um, the difference between an agnostic and gnostic is the difference of not knowing and knowing, right? We usually call ourselves believers. In my opinion, believer, a true believer is somebody who is a Gnostic, right? We, according to the scriptures, when we talk about believers, they are talking about the ones who are conscious of God, who have realized God, or uh, the Holy Spirit, or the true self, whatever you want to call it. Um, Buddhists prefer the term self. You know, Christians call it Christ consciousness or Holy Spirit. In Hindus call it Bhagwan or uh, Ma, or by different names. Every religion has their own image, and that is a metaphorical expression of truth. So nobody can say that this is when uh, truth came into being or universe was created. We are only assuming right? But when one meditates, you realize that the scriptures and um, everything that you have been believing, perceiving, all that is a description, and you have been experiencing that. Even the creation itself, and even if you experience the most potent pure form, that itself is um, a description. Um, it's all uh, encapsulated in this idea, I am. Now that is also a description, but that description manifests. Now just relax in this moment, clear your mind, come in this moment, center yourself, take a deep breath, relax. Yes, just remind yourself that there's only the now. Everything else is an illusion, and who you are is always witnessing the truth. It is omnipotent, it is here and now. Who you are is here and now. And let go of all labels and boundaries. Let go of duality and focus on this being, this presence that is always there. It's pure love, unconditional love, unconditional love. It's peace, it's pure knowledge. Now, that's all there is. And there's infinite wisdom in it. There are multiple dimensions, so much going on. But it's all happening in the mind of God, and when we look deeper and go beyond labels, we understand that it's all happening within you, right? But we are not ready. The masses are not ready to realize that they are God. Um, it's all there, yet it isn't. Truth is beyond God and devil and heaven and hell, sin and virtue. You understand? Reality, or who you are at the core, when you don't call it anything, just experience that vastness, that pure being. It's beyond gender or labels and um, any tradition. And you understand that within that there is a universe, and um, there's a duality, and everything is happening for a reason. That if you are manifesting, uh, now when in religious terms, God comes into being. He manifests He says, "Let there be light." You know, kun fayakun, be, and there it was. And now there's the Holy Spirit. It's all happening right now. We think it happened, trillion years ago. No, who is experiencing those trillion years? Who experienced yesterday? Who is experiencing the thought of now or future? For whom does time exist? Right? So automatically you start feeling relaxed because now you're not panicking, you're accepting everything that is happening as it is, because you know that I am only attached to this character that is a part of this film, and simply changing your perspective is transforming your physiology, right? You are feeling relaxed. Your true nature is peace. You see, our nature is peace. It's freedom, it's love. And so, yeah, one holds on to fear or takes support of the beliefs because you feel insecure, and you need some motivation to function in this world. We want to survive, and it's completely natural. I'll talk about that more in some other blog, but let's focus right now on the self, right? Um, One can experience truth through different paths, through mysticism, through religious orthodoxy. Um, you can experience it through yoga, um, but one does not choose it. It the truth chooses to experience itself through you. Now it can take any form or any path. You are born in India in a certain city, in certain caste, certain uh, situation for a reason, right? You had to go through all those experiences for a reason to manifest into this character so that you can serve your purpose. When you see things from a higher perspective, you understand that it's nothing is random, right? So yeah, when we just relax and focus on that, on the I am, on that presence, instead of this body, instead of the world, which is uh, an idea within you. The world only exists as long as the self is there, the false self, the imposter. So this is why it's important to isolate yourself, because we are so consumed by misinformation, by all these uh, stimulants, that we we just can't get out of that illusion. The impression is so deep rooted into our psyche, although it's non-existent in reality, but it becomes so real for us, just like when one is in a deep sleep, and when when you're experiencing a nightmare, and you wake up, you still feel like you're there, you know. You're still in a state of shock or fear, and you switch on the light, and you know, you call somebody, and it takes time to become fully conscious and realize that it was only a dream. So the same way, we are suffering in darkness, right? We are in ignorance. We have turned away from ourselves. We are focusing on the shadow. We are looking outside, and um, the light is at the end of the tunnel, as they say. So you have, when you start focusing in the other direction, instead of the, what you have been conditioned to focus on, everything starts shifting, right? And you have to be willing to lose everything for that. Um, and you may think that, oh, how will this happen? Well, nobody knows how, because that's not in your control. The universe or your unconscious is doing everything on your behalf. You, on this microcosmic level, are supposed to focus uh, only on that perspective, on that aspect, that you're not here to control everything. You're here to do what you can do, right? So yeah, this whole process of creation and destruction is so quick that we are unable to discern, and because of that, I get confused. So yeah, this is why it's really important to give time to yourself, and I hope this is resonating with you, or it's making sense, because as a seeker, it's very important to trust your intuition, right? If you go through some kind of trauma, or you become blocked, or you are surrounded by people who are not on the same frequency, uh, you can start doubting yourself, you, because your vibration drops, and you start attracting negative things, and you start thinking that you are the one who's crazy, and you think that the awakening, or the initiation, all those experiences were hallucinations and it never happened. Well, in that case, everything is a hallucination, right? So yeah, it's very important to believe in yourself. Otherwise, you become paralyzed internally. You feel like uh, that you are just an object. Of course, that's where your identity comes in. That uh, from the physical you move to the metaphysical. So you need to survive. You are you are eating, you are breathing, you are sleeping, you are exercising, socializing, whatever. But although it seems so real that I'm in this material world, because you're at a certain frequency, it's all like I mentioned in the other post, that it's a sound. It's vibrating at this quantum speed, it's ultrasonic, whatever you want to call it. And so yeah, there's this higher intelligence that is functioning, it's controlling everything, and you are entirely dependent on it. So yeah, when So, although you are knowing who you are, and truth itself is knowing itself, it's meditating. Yourself is in deep meditation, and it has humbled itself, and it's struggling. It has taken the burden of its creation. It's bearing the cross, and it's the ark that is carrying all its all his creation, and you know taking you across the ocean of truth, of knowledge, and we are here to prepare ourselves to join that caravan. So yeah, it's uh, it's uh, it's a privilege to realize that how it's all psychic, you know, um, and we are simply here to know ourselves, evolve, and keep perfecting ourselves. We don't know where we're going to be when we leave this world, but that may have happened infinite times. And after some time, you stop worrying about it, because you know that you are beyond this, and it's all happening from the unseen. It's all being controlled from the unseen, and you have to surrender to God, or uh, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, I'm going to end this session now, and I'm going to continue this later. It was fun and relaxing talking about it. Um, Please share your views. Take care. God bless you.